Okay, I'm going to walk you through a couple things right here. One, this is the coding on the website here, and if we look right here, you know, for example, on the bankruptcy, this is the model. So the first thing I did was I went through and I set up the model with the different questions. So if you look, it's got regular income, current on mortgage. Then from there, I pulled that information into the views. The view is basically how the information is in the database. So this puts it in the database, and any of these things can be changed. It's pretty easy to change it once you've got it set up. Then you set up the views so that you can control how that information is used that's in the database. So because I'm doing it that way, when I was setting it up, the first thing I did was you don't want to overwhelm people with too much information. So I cut this down to like 5 questions or 5 links here. The schedule call, I've got to fix that so the mouse over is a little better. But the schedule call will allow them to go to a page where the phone number is. Also, the phone number will be in the footer. It doesn't have your phone number in the footer yet, and all the information isn't on this page yet. I'm still setting this stuff up. The FAQ, I started to set up the FAQ, but everything I put in the database right now while I'm building out these databases, because I'm wanting to build an app for as many of this stuff as we can. So if we come in here to the About pages, you'll see you've got all these different things that you do. Well, what I would like to do is build a page for each one of those, where if somebody's looking for something specific, they could click on this. And you've also got your wife and sister-in-law in here, and I think all of you got the same stuff. But I want these to link to pages where that you could fill out a little page and enter the information. So you could schedule a call immediately. You click on that, you'll have a calendar to pick from, and you'll also have the phone number there and everything else. The contact will also have the phone number and that stuff on there. But right now, what I'm trying to do is build out these little apps here. So if you're on this app, and these images I've got to work on, I'm playing with different images, trying to figure out, and this information here will change depending on what information you put on up here. But basically, what will happen is it will walk you through these questions, and these questions will go into a content management system, and it will also allow you it'll send you an email when they finish. It will also allow you to go into the CRM. And I don't know, what all types of questions you need to put on here. And this needs to be lined up, but this should be on the side. But as I was setting this up, I was playing with different images just to try to get an idea of what type of images I want them to create. And I'm using the AI to come up with a style of image, and then once I get the style, and you can skip this stuff too if you wanted to, but this should get you the information you need so that when you make the phone call, when you get ready to talk to them, you know a lot about what's going on with their situation, and even you get the name of their employer, whether they've got a personal injury claim going on. Is their spouse filing with them? And then when you make the phone call, you already know a lot about what their problems are and all. Now I wanted to, and this right here has got, this is all, I was just trying to make sure it was collecting the information here, because my problem was, let's go back to where I'm working right now. My problem, was it not online? When I was trying to put it online, I put it online. I had to get a domain name to put it online, because in order for me to check everything to make sure it was working, like it doesn't have any coding errors so far. There'll be errors to fix. It's got 2 contrast errors, but this is coming from this footer, and this footer is going to change. I'm not going to have, in the footer right now, it's got a link to my website. That's going to be gone. I'm not going to have any links to my website or anything on here. And so there's 2 errors here that's got to be fixed. We've got some, this excess, it's got 100% across here. It's 0.8 millis. And this isn't even finished. This is just setting up a rough idea of it. But what I'm wanting to do is set up and this is taking a long time to load. What I'm wanting to do is set up these apps. Once I get these apps set up, then I was thinking here, when you click on this link to go to a page that would basically show all the different services and all you offer, then you would pick on a service and then you would start filling out the information. If they don't want to fill out the information, like I said, they can hit the schedule call or get the phone number from the footer. This will be, both your phone numbers will be down here once I get it all set up. What I'll try and do is put these changes online every day, and that way you can see. I'll try and do a quick video and put the changes online so you can see exactly what I'm doing. This app just took me a lot longer than what I thought. I had done these, I've done things similar to this before, so I was thinking it was going to be quick and easy, but once I got into it, it turned out to be a lot more complicated than what I was thinking it was going to be, or I kept having problems with it. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to get it together. I don't want to add all this information in here yet because I may have to rebuild this database several times before I finish setting these apps up. Once I get the app set up, then I'll grab the information and stick it on here. That shouldn't take me very long to do. But right now, I'm just trying to get these apps figured out. And once I get, like if you come in here to the, did I start that? Right now, when you come into the admin, and I can custom design this admin stuff too. Like you've got your FAQ here, you see, well, I've got to save that into the data. It's set up, I just got to create it in the database. But these CRM entries aren't showing up. I wanted that, all the information when you fill it out, I wanted it to come into here. And I also wanted you to have a second one underneath the specific thing. So it would be here, and there is putting it in here, but it's not filling out the information. It's not. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what's doing that. That's with this admin right here. So I'm trying to get that part figured out so it's recording the information because the information is on that last page wherever it went to, but it's not recording it in the back end. So I'm trying to get that figured out. Once I get one app working, the other app should go pretty fast. And then it's just a matter of copying all the content over and everything else. So I am working on it. I'm trying to get it figured out right here. And I'm also trying to figure out these images so that we can figure out what type of images to use. If it's cars, it's really easy. You can just put some good-looking cars on there. But when you're talking about bankruptcy and family law and all this stuff, trying to figure out what type of images to put on here and what style images to use and all is just a little tricky. But once we get that figured out, then I can have them doing the images. And of course, each one of these pages are going to be different. So when you enter the zip code, what should happen is that the content on this page changes to be for that zip code. And then your household, the size of the household, when you enter this, now the information on this page should show something to do with the household, the type of, the number of people, something, so that every time you enter the content, this right here needs to change, which I don't know which images I want to use, so I don't know exactly what color these are going to be. But that's the idea I'm trying to put together. Anything you see on here where you disagree with or want me to go in a different direction, just let me know. But this gives you an idea of what I'm working on, what I'm thinking, and what I'm trying to put together right here.